Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Victor again of Cars Jubilee with my Ioniq 5. So today's video, we're going to look at some of the fit and finish issues that I've had with my Ioniq 5. Some of them are things that I've noticed since day one. Other things are just starting to appear. So the very first one I want to look at is actually a little window trim piece here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is actually something that's been talked about and discussed on the forums. Apparently quite a few people are noticing this little trim piece where it seems like there's a wrap over it that's starting to come off. Yeah, some people have noticed that it's coming off recently with the higher temperatures in the summer, and some people notice it on both doors on the back. I've only got it on that one door, I think. Let me check the other side. Yeah, this side, you know what? Kind of looks like it might be starting to peel a little bit there in the corner as well. Let's keep going. This side looks okay. So yeah, I would say double check your two rear doors for this little area right here. See if you see any peeling on yours. We have seen someone in the US get that section replaced, and I'm hoping that's what will happen with mine. The other issue that we've had with some of the fit and finish is actually the panel gaps or some of the trim not really lining up for my trunk. So most specifically, looking at this gap right here. Looking at this gap right here, you can see how there's a pretty big gap in there. But if we go to the other side, we don't have that. Over here it's pretty nice and even. But you also notice right here, these don't really line up. Whereas if we go back to this side, the silver trim here lines up pretty nicely. It just seems like this piece right here and this piece, there's some kind of disconnect, and you can see I can kind of bend it, try to make it line up, to make it an even line across, but then these won't line up. So it's nothing crazy, but I'm hoping it's just a matter of maybe adjusting this hatch to get things to line up. There's another view of it. I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but just this line going across drops. Same with the silver trim, you go across and then it drops. So it just kind of seems like a little bit of misalignment. But other than that, everything else lines up. I don't really notice any crazy panel gaps. Now the next thing here is a little rubber seal along the door. Let's see if you guys can see it from here. So there's this little gap right here. Now originally when I bought it from the dealer that very day, you know, during my first walk around, I opened the door and this whole section was kind of just flapping loosely. So they tried to glue it back down. I'm not sure if the glue's still there. Yeah, maybe not. But in any case, you can see it just doesn't sit flush. It almost seems like maybe they needed an extra clip here, but of course there isn't one. So maybe it is just a matter of gluing it back down. But it was noticeable. And even now with the door closed, you can kind of see it's missing there. Now I don't have that same issue on the driver's door. The driver's door sits flush, but it does have that same thing where it just kind of flaps loosely if you move it. And that's this section right here. You can see it does move, but mine here on this side just for some reason sits flush, whereas on the passenger side naturally just hangs out like this. So with the door closed here, I can see that seal going straight down. No issues there. But again, coming back to this side, I can immediately notice it. It's kind of missing there. Open the door, and that's what it looks like. So those are the primary three issues that we're having. And just for review, Number one is this little seal right here, not quite sitting flush. Issue number two was this window trim piece. It looks like it's starting to come off. It's just starting there, but it's much more noticeable on the other side. And that's right here. But clearly it's coming off, and like we said, this is an issue that's been referenced quite a bit on the forums, so we have quite a bit of owner data to back it up. And then the last issue is just how the trunk hatch aligns with the rest of the car and some of the panel gaps. For example, this one right here, really large gap, and just how things line up here. As you can see here, again, not that bad, but just the way it lines up, there's a big jump. But overall, you know, we're really happy with the fit and finish. Everything on the outside lines up very nicely. All the panel gaps are pretty even. So again, we're happy with what we got at this price point. No real complaints, just want to get those minor exterior issues addressed. On the inside though, we do have that loose connection going on with our vehicle to load outlet. So I'm hoping to get all four of these things addressed by the dealership, hopefully at the same time. I'm going to try to get those scheduled. Hoping to get all these things addressed via a dealer under warranty. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll update you once I have something scheduled, or even once the repair is done. But otherwise, like I said, we're still loving the car. I think the exterior looks great. Happy with what we got. So I'd say if you're looking for an Ioniq 5, I think the build quality and the fit and finish overall is actually really good. I don't really notice anything that stands out. So there you have it. Hope this helps in terms of those of you guys trying to buy an Ioniq 5 or curious about the exterior and interior build quality. If needed, I'll go in depth with you guys on the inside too, but at least on the outside, that's what we got. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.